Welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina. And we'll be meeting lots of exciting and interesting people from across the theatrical world.
Basically, we're pretending we're at the stage door of the theatres to get to meet our favourite stars.
And we're going to get all the news and gossip from what's happening in the theatre world and with them.
Yes, we want to get to know them better and find out what it is that makes them tick. And today we are joined by the fantastic Joel Montague. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you guys? Yay.
Hello, you beautiful two. I'm all right. How are you both?
Good, thank you. We've had a
I'm
good...
gorgeous.
You are gorgeous.
Listen, we always know you're gorgeous, Davina. There's no doubt about that. My tall wife. I miss you still.
I know, Joel, we've got to have words because I'm the TV husband and you're the tour husband.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, there's plenty of stories I can tell, so I don't know how PC we could be on this.
You tell me.
We shall not be taking in any Eastern European stories or...
I need to know. Tell me immediately.
This has got to be for the adult production of Stage Door. This is not the family friendly.
Yeah, Davina could have her own podcast just on her history, so I can't wait.
I love that. Stage Door after hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Around the world with Divina de Campo.
We haven't got time. We
don't have time.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, I do have a lot of husbands. This is true. Joel, you were my tour husband for Chicago in 2021, weren't you?
Yeah,
now,
hashtag red flag.
Hashtag red flag. So apart from some little bits and pieces, I don't actually know that much about how you managed to get where you are. So can you give us a flavour of what life was like for little Joel Montague in the early years?
Little Joel Montague, that sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
She's not talking about your anatomy.
No. When you were younger than you are now, the kind of 5 to 15, what was life like?
So I guess life was kind of weird, really, because I grew up in a dancing school. So Davina sort of briefly my mum Gail, and her and her sister Yvonne set up a dancing school. It's now 72 years old now. I think the dancing school is 73 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
And I just grew up into it, I guess. And I did the whole sort of dance festival circuit and, like everyone sort of did school choir and things like that. And then really, I ended up sort of not really knowing what to do. And then I found out about theatre college, drama school, and I was really fortunate. I went to GSA, and it was the only place I auditioned for, and I got in. But I think part of that, because obviously then a lot of kids now ask us all, how do you get to where you got to, and what should I do? What advice should I have? But it's all completely relative to you. Like you all have your own sort of journey, and so I think for me, because I had no presumptions, I had no one to follow. I kind of felt like I was on my own, so I had nothing to compare it to. So therefore, I think it released a lot of pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. What was that like, though? Because, you're from a little place called Crewe.
The land of Crewe.
The land
You know
of
it well,
Crewe.
Davina.
I know it well. The only place in the UK where somebody's actually thrown food at me in the street in the middle of the day.
And that was me.
I must have just looked really hungry. Look at that skinny little gay boy. Let's throw some food at them.
Well, I had a spare Big Mac, so I thought, why not? I'll just throw it at you while you're there. It's the only place I tell people, don't get off the train. Just don't get off the train. However, has a stunning theatre.
It does. It has a
stunning
really
theatre.
With
Beautiful
one of the
theatre.
deepest rakes in the entire United Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's a story about a Russian ballet company had come and they were doing Swan Lake, and as she goes for the fouette turns, everybody just fell over because the rake is so high that she couldn't get onto her shoes on a
Yeah.
flat enough thing, so she
It's
just
crazy.
falling over.
Yeah. I still don't know to the day why they've just not leveled it out. I still don't understand.
No, I mean,
But
I. This is how we know each other, isn't it? Is that I'd done
yeah.
Le Carjo Fall,
Hmm.
and we met through me doing that. And I'd just like to point out that I did do fouette turns on that stage. Thank you very much. I never made it to the Russian ballet, but I could manage the fouette turns on that stage.
No. You might not have made it to the Russian ballet, but you had most of the Russian ballet. That's the problem.
Oh my goodness. So speaking of dancing, so obviously you touched on the fact you started as at a dance school, and then when did you realise you could sing? Or, you know, in the industry we have these things, don't we, where it's like, are you a singer who can dance, or are you a dancer who can sing, or are you a triple threat? Like, what do you think about labelling people like that, and also how would you then describe yourself in those constructs if you had to choose?
I mean, I think we all are the same. We all hate labels. I think, especially when you're in our industry, you're an actor, so you want to be able to play as many. You're basically wanting to try and not be yourself. So I spend my time trying to not be myself, essentially. We're running away from our problems, aren't we, Davina? That's what we do. We just keep running away from them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am sat here in a full face of makeup with a wig and some fake breasts strapped to me. I am not running away from who I am.
Just a red wig and a silver dress, babe. Just a red wig and a silver dress.
Can I just ask, actually, what's going on under the camera? Have you got a full heels and everything, or are you a bit more casual?
Who, me?
Yeah. Like me, yeah.
Just to whack the heels out.
Of course, I'm in the full outfit. Of course, I am.
You've got a heel on. Okay.
No,
don't be ridiculous. I'm sat on a chair. I'm doing a RuPaul right now.
I was going to say who's underneath the chair, babe. That's what I'd have asked. We toured for too long, and it was only 3 months. I think we toured for. So anyway, yeah. Sorry. Basically, no, it's fine. So labels, I hate them. I think we all hate them. But evidently, I think you know where you stand in the industry. You know if someone is a stronger singer than you, or a stronger actor, or a stronger dancer. Like, you're aware. You are aware of them. I think all you can do is be the best version of yourself, and what you can offer a role is going to be completely different to someone else. Different, not better, but just different. And sometimes, like, if the three of us cast the same show, we would cast it completely differently, all for great reasons. And I don't think people think of that. I think a lot of people nowadays think, well, in generally, I've always thought, if I've not got the role, I'm not good enough. And that's not necessarily the case.
100% that. And you've been in quite a lot of shows, haven't you?
Well, darling, she's got to work, hasn't she? Do you know what I mean, babe?
She's been paying the bills. You've been in tons.
Girl, she gets around.
One-nighters, short runs, long runs, transfers, original roles. And it's
some as big as your head.
Exactly. You've done some of the biggest ones going. Like, you've had School of Rock, Producers, Chicago, Rocky Horror, Sister Act, Waitress, Falsettos. And of course, now you're in Hamilton. And that's not even half of them. Like, there are so many shows under your belt. So there can't really be that many more of them that you want to do.
No, I think we're all the same. I think originating something is so special for an individual. When someone writes a role or creates a role around your skill set, I think that's not only it's an amazing opportunity, it's an honour, really, sometimes. I kind of felt a little bit like that with Just for One Day. I was playing a real person, but it was to my strengths in some ways, which was great. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always think it just depends. Sometimes, like us all, you hear a show's coming, you're like, oh, what can I play in that? And then you're like, oh, yes, there's something for me, or no, there isn't. But then I feel if you get too hung up on trying to get those roles, you don't know what's around the corner, you know.
Well,
And what
you
have
should be
been
very
your-
good. Oh, sorry, Davina.
You're all right.
You're
What
all
have
right. Go on.
What have been your favourite moments in the shows that you've done?
Watching Divina de Campo do Mary Sunshine. What else would it be? Or
I
more,
never
or more,
touched her.
or more sharing a. No, you're too much. Do you know what? It's either one or two things with Davina, Michael. It was either the stories in our dressing room was one. They were the highlights of my tour. Or Davina's backstory to her character.
Right.
So in depth.
I don't know if I've heard that
It
one.
has to be. The backstory has to be there. You have to.
It was more that. Sorry, I should rephrase it, Davina. It's more what you got told was your backstory. Made me laugh.
What I got told was my backstory when I asked, why does she suddenly turn into a man at the end? Was I had my lap patted and told, darling, it's a show. Don't think about it too hard.
I remember you telling me that, actually. So what did you give yourself as your narrative then? How did you overcome that?
So
Grinder.
yeah, exactly. Bury that.
Grinder.
Like, Mama Morton is clearly a lesbian. She gets called Butch and Diesel through the show. Billy Flynn never shows any other woman on stage any form of affection at all, apart from Mary Sunshine. He kisses her hand, and he does that in front of other people. So I'm like, well, this is the gay mafia. This is the gay mafia. They're running the whole scene all together. Billy and Mary are in a relationship. And the reason why she blows her life up at the end is because he said to her, look, we can run away and do whatever it was that we wanted to do. Because it has to be like a big thing. Because otherwise she wouldn't do it. So he's like, okay, we can escape now. We have enough money, but I have to win this final case. And then we can just run away and buy a thing and live our lives out together, whatever. And that's why she does it. Because otherwise, what possible reason would there be for you to blow your life up for somebody else? It doesn't make any sense. So that was the only way that I could kind of, as an actor, justify this. And so then actually, Mary Sunshine isn't a nice, cutesy old lady. She's a con man. And she's been conning all of these people for 20 years as this, radio host who is the voice of reason, and she's so kind and she's so lovely, and actually she's just fooling everybody to keep this game running the whole time. So that
she's basically RuPaul's Drag Race, essentially, is what she is.
And now it all makes sense.
But she's based on. I mean, we never got to the bottom of this though, Davina, but she's based on the writer, Michael. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, really?
Mary Sunshine's based on the original writer of the play of Chicago, yeah. But she's a real woman. So we never understood, unless it was in the production, but did we ever get to the bottom of why it was changed to a man? I don't even know why it was, Davina. I think it was because it was in the 90s. So I wonder if it was for like levity. I wonder if it was for, entertainment purposes, that, wouldn't it be funny for this character to be played by a man,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now
like
we have to try and make
vibe.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, which is
or
weird
like
because...
on a drug-riddled, somebody was on a trip at the time and just went, oh my God, guys, you know what would be really great? If Mary Sunshine was really a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did it for one show and then it just stuck. Someone went on by accident.
Yeah, it was. I mean, do you know what? Chicago was interesting. I think it was interesting for me and Davina especially. But it was this sort of. It was kind of given to us, Davina, wasn't it? As if it was something that they wanted to create. It was the same black box of a production, but they wanted new life to it. Which was why I think a majority of people wanted to do it. I mean, obviously it was the first job that we had after COVID, so a bunch of us took it because it was that anyway. Yeah. But I think we were just excited, and apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently Anne Reinking was supposed to come and direct us.
I heard
in that production.
The other day.
Yeah, she was supposed to come over and direct us in that production. Unfortunately, she passed away during COVID, which I think would have solved quite a few of our problems anyway, because I think having the person in there that created that version probably would have let us do our own thing with it as well. Because the best creatives do. The best creatives don't model a blueprint on someone and then tell the next actor to do the exact same thing. Of course, the lighting and the numbers and the things like that are there, but there's still elements of how you play. I mean, when people complain about what number they go to or whatever, I'm a little bit like, well, guys, it's a lighting thing. It's nothing to do with your intention. That's just staging. That's, you're just getting precious because you're not the person that originated that staging. Whereas actually, you can still say the line a different way. You can still make the intention completely different. So, is there really an argument for that? I don't think there is. There could be people that could argue with me, but I doubt very much that that's a standalone argument, personally.
We'll let you know. Comment, people listening, comment to see if you disagree or agree with Joel. We'll get a petition going.
Yeah,
let's
come
have
on.
a fight. Let's have a
come
great
on,
big
bitches.
fight about this now.
Well, let's try something a little bit more light-hearted for a second. So, Joel, we think you'll be really good at this because you've obviously been in so many shows, but we're asking everyone to name as many musical theatre shows as they can in 30 seconds. So, Davina's got a stop clock. You can have been in it. You could have not been in it. It can be anything. Some people have named musicals twice. That doesn't count. Like, if we just take...
Yeah, don't do that because my brain doesn't move fast enough to discount that. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hamilton, In the Heights, Wicked, Phantom, Les Mis, Back to the Future, Waitress, Mean Girls, Dream Girls, Funny Girl, Come From Away, Last 5 Years, Songs for a New World, Parade, Jesus Christ Superstar, Cats, Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Big Fish, Wild Party, both Wild Parties, Lakusha and Lipper. What am I doing? Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did you get 20?
And
24 I got.
I think so, yeah.
That's the highest we've had, Joel. Top of the leaderboard.
Thank you.
Amazing. Gosh,
Someone will beat me.
Davina,
I was just trying to guess. I was trying to guess composers. I was going composers, and then right, go through their list.
Oh, that's the next game. Here we go. No, seriously though. Obviously, you've got so much experience in the industry, and you seem like really. Obviously, we've just met, but when you speak, it's really calming and really makes sense to people listening. So I don't know. Is there something that you?
It's because I'm lying. Davina knows the real me, and I'm an absolute arsehole.
It's
so,
giving like advice and obviously speaking about experiences and things that you like to do.
I think I do, because I think some people don't get a real grip of reality of what this industry's like. Yes, it's hard, but there's so many great sides to it and there's so many downsides to it. But the fact is, it's built on rejection. And if you are not mentally strong, it isn't the business for you, because you get rejected all the time, And even when you get the job, you get rejected because you're getting noted, you're getting criticised, you're getting online abuse, I don't know, whatever you're getting. Like, it never stops. It never stops. And I think it's really important for any young people out there to just mentally prepare themselves and know how good they are. Like, you don't have to be arrogant. You just have to know what you're good at. And
so what would you advise someone if they feel like
become an accountant?
Like, if they feel they're good enough, they've gone to drama school and they're getting good roles in the shows there, and maybe they're getting down to finals for auditions.
Not getting the gig. I've been there.
You don't get it. Like, what's the advice? Is it to go accountancy?
You keep grafting, mate.
Just keep going.
You keep grafting, but you also do something outside of the business that makes you happy. Whether that's spending time with your family, your loved ones, I don't know, building a little Etsy site of things that you make, or, whatever you do, just have something that takes your mind away, where you can just put your whole heart into it. For me, cocaine and hookers. So...
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely not. Oh god, this is live, isn't it? I forgot.
A beats in this one.
I'm so sorry.
Can we just
no,
beep
I mean,
those two words so no one knows what it is that he said? Guess below.
Honestly, you don't understand how many times Carrie tells me off for being myself when I'm like on a radio or something. It's awful. I just don't really have much of a filter, and it's a good thing and also a bad thing. No, what do? I guess I create a lot. Like I used to, like Divina's. I had a company back up north, and I was still in theatre, but I created. Like I love to direct, I love to choreograph, I love to teach. But again, like when it's really particular. I have a bit of a debate here, which is quite a strong one. Now, a lot of people in colleges do something called acting through song, where it's the clues in the title, and they have a lot of people, let's say, that are in a creative position or a head of college or whatever. Whereas acting through song is basically an opinion. It is essentially a glorified opinion, and the opinion is, for me, based on experience. So obviously there's a lot of different people that can advise them, but like if someone was to come to me with a comedy song, I've got enough experience in my locker to kind of give them the tools to maybe get what they want out of the song. Doesn't mean to say that I'm right, but I could give them certain things. My thing with acting through song is I feel like it should be taught by actors who are experienced, because we do it every day. We act through song. So when someone who doesn't sing is teaching it and telling you how to act, that's great. But do you know how to sing an A? No, you don't know how to sing an A. So how do you create that emotion while singing at this part of your voice? Like prime examples like Divina with Merry Sunshine. It's such a particular use of voice, that song. So if you've never sung before, how would you know how to act through song? You wouldn't. It's a very definitive skill set, and I think colleges need to understand that the best people to teach this are people that do it every day, which are working actors in musical theatre, in my humble, personal, experienced opinion. Because that's the truth.
Absolutely.
Getting the acting correct is different. You can get that from a director or from a creative or whatever, but the actual skill set, the learning of that actual skill to act through song should be taught by people that you don't get someone teaching dance that's never danced before.
That's a really interesting take, actually, because I think people would argue, they say the singing's separate, and then once you can do the singing part, then it's worrying about the acting. But actually, it does all have to come together at the same time.
Exactly, and Michael, like when we all trained in some form, didn't we? The three of us. So your acting classes for your acting, your singing classes for your singing. So then when you're doing acting through song, great. Well, if I'm taught by an actor, that's wonderful. But if that actor can't sing, they don't understand what I'm trying to do. They understand what I'm doing, what I'm going through, like how I'm. Well, you're not believable on that. Yeah, because I'm upside down hitting a B flat. Maybe that's why. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to put yourself in that person's position, and if you don't know how to do that. I'm not talking about if you're older, like if you're in your 80s and whatever, and you've done it in your career, you're experienced, do you know what I mean? I'm talking about when you're doing it every day. You have to understand what that actor's going through, and I think that's really important.
The pair of you in your house are both jobbing actors. You both do this all the time. And you've got married as well in 23?
Yeah, don't test me. Yes, 2023.
Yeah,
God, Davina,
I think
she'd
it was
kill
2023.
me. Yeah, February 2023, we got married.
Yeah, and you've also got a baby. So, like, both of you have got really full-on careers, and you've got a new baby, and you're fresh into marriage. Like, how are you managing to juggle all of that? Because that is a lot. And Michael is recently married and also is quite full-on. So any advice, I don't know if a baby's on the way yet, but
probably soon.
I mean, whether you adopt or you have it yourself, whatever, or you don't, not having a child is also perfectly valid. I have white walls and cream carpets, no children for me. So
Dead.
Dead. What would be the advice that you would be able to give people who are working in this industry? Because it is really full on, it's really competitive. And I don't know, to me, as an outsider looking in, you two seem to be juggling this really, really well.
Carrie is amazing. Truly one of the most incredible humans I've ever met. And as a mother, is just so insanely natural at it. And to have someone who is, who she is, but just to be that supportive partner, because not unfortunately, but for our predicament, unfortunately, I was in a contract and I am in a contract. So obviously, as you all understand, when you're in a contract, you can't just go, bye, I'm off now. So being in Hamilton, which is the best job I've ever had, apart from working with Divina, of course. I was actually in Just for One Day at the Old Vic at the time that Mabel was born, because that was such a short run. It didn't have the same rulings as what you would do as if you're in a long contract where you get your full 2 to 3 weeks off. That didn't happen with Just for One Day. Not that we were negative to that, because it was a great opportunity and it was at the Old Vic and blah 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 blah. But essentially, Carrie's kind of been like a single parent, and I cannot tell you how not only thankful I am, but also how incredible she is. And also the exciting thing is that she's now going to go on her tour and be a full-time working mummy, and then obviously next year she does Calamity Jane, and then Mabel's going to sort of switch between us. Like, we're just going to Volta from Liverpool to London whenever we feel like it. But no, it's going to be interesting, because I think we're apprehensive, but also we're excited, because then how literally on Sunday she performed at Magic of the Musicals, and I'm taking Mabel backstage at the Albert Hall.
I thought you meant Mabel performed.
How many?
I was like, gosh, she's.
No, do you know what I mean? She's she's on it. She's
Louise, sing
in
out.
it. I'm like getting those box splits. But let me entertain. Do you know what I mean? But then I thought to myself, I was like, oh my God, how many 6.5-month-old babies have been trotted around in a pram at the back of the Albert Hall?
Yeah.
And I picked her up and she watched Mummy sing, do a sound check, and I was just like, this is amazing. Like, to be able to tell your kid that's what Mummy and Daddy do, but that's Mummy. Like, that's what she's a star. And she is a star. Like, regardless of her being my wife, she's fucking star. Like, do you know what I mean? Sorry, shouldn't swear. And I'm in awe of her. And I'm in awe of,
You both share a lot of yourselves online, don't you? And it's not all champagne and roses online.
No,
People can be
horrendous.
a choice. So how do you? Yeah. Whoa. How do you?
Choice.
I mean, they really can. How do you decide between each other what the boundaries of that are? How much do you decide? Right, we keep this for ourselves, and we don't give this to other people, because that's one of the things that, especially now, social media is kind of driving so much of our industry. It's very easy to end up sharing everything of yourself, and then I feel like it's that that quote from Judy Garland in her final film. I feel like I've shared so much of myself. I'm stretched so thin. There's nothing left of me,
Yeah, I think it's a really good question, Davina, and I think you and Michael have the same, whether it be with Collabro or with Drag Race. There's of course people that have whether they have some sort of I don't know what is some sort of like vendetta against you, or people that say, oh, they're just jealous. And I'm like, well, is it jealousy, or is it the fact that they just decide to just not be very nice people, which is, sometimes the case. They're just not nice people. And I feel like when you choose to, like, if you haven't got the balls to come up to me to my face and tell me, why do you feel like you've got the right to just say it wherever you want? Come and tell me to my face. But you won't, because you're cowards and you're keyboard warriors, and these sort of people just go, God, what a sad life you have. And granted, you can't do that every time, because every time you get negative comments, of course it affects you. But I do think we're the kind of people in our industry where we're used to getting negativity all the time. So we just go.
Carrie's dealt with that really well, I find. Like, she almost sort of set the pace for everyone to feel like they could still have a voice against hate online. So, round of applause.
Yeah, I think. I mean, she's definitely that sort of. She wouldn't claim that she's a spokesperson at all, but I know exactly what you mean, Michael.
Yeah.
She speaks out very frequently about it and eloquently, unlike her husband, where I'm just like, "You're a bit of a dick." That's my reply. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just the truth. Like, I'm northern. I'm from that. It's black or white with me, and I just go, "You're not very nice." But also, if you do have a problem with me or something that I've said, I've had people message me, and you've probably had this on Instagram where I've posted something and I've sort of said the wrong thing or phrased it incorrectly, and then I will naturally change it or, do whatever or thank them. Of course. But what it is, it's the attacking nature. It's the attacking nature of going, "You're the most horrible person in the world." And I'm like, but am I though?
Yeah.
Am I?
How do you decide what you put? So, for example, if you're in a show, like when you're posting something about Hamilton, you feel like that's my job, that's what people come and see me do anyway, absolutely fine. If you're on holiday, say in Disney, do you sometimes feel like, I know this would be good content and I want to let people in, but I also feel like this is my time now with my family? Or like, how do you get that balance?
Of course, I think the one thing we decided from the very beginning is we're not going to put Mabel on. Like, we were like, we're not putting Mabel on at all. I mean, maybe like later on in life where she decides that she goes to school and her friends have social media and whatever, that's fine. But I mean, if there's anyone to speak to who will teach her that, it will be Carrie, because Carrie's taught me a lot about social media than I could ever imagine, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, when I'm the king, I just do silly things. But it's just fun. Like, it's just fun. And that's what I think sometimes that's what people forget social media is there for. It's there to celebrate friends, connect with people, have fun. It's just not necessarily to tear people down unless that person is choosing to, say something negative. You know what I mean? If that person decides to say something political or give their opinion and you don't agree with it, of course, absolutely. And I've said a few things, like I do some football ones or I do something about theatre, and absolutely, please debate with me, but just don't be nasty about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to be nasty. And it's like anything. If you're kind to people, then you're going to go far in life. If you're just a bit of a dick, good luck.
I think it's funny, isn't it? Sometimes people struggle, like you just said, you like football, you like musical theatre, you like Disney, you're not just one thing. And some people struggle to go, why do you watch the football sat in a Mickey Mouse t-shirt? Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's okay. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I just think people are a bit weird.
Lighten the mood with a bit of Disney then. Like, you aren't wearing Mickey Mouse. I know we're both going to Florida, which is exciting. Not together. Leave the wives at home.
No, we're not. Can you imagine? We're running away.
Exactly. And obviously, Disney's all about, dreams coming true. What is the next dream for you? What's the next show? What's the next big thing?
Do you know what, mate? I wish I had the answer. I think originating something for sure. I'd probably love to do something with Carrie at some point. That'd be great. I think there's quite a few people that would like to see, not in an egotistical way, but I kind of think because we're a husband and wife, people would, probably not like to see me and her together do something, and that would be exciting, whatever that may be. I don't know. I just like to do things that are new. I like to push boundaries. I don't like the stigma of the fact that just because you're a bigger guy, you can't fall in love on stage. I don't have to be the funny fat friend all the time. It's quite interesting because there's quite a lot of layers to human beings rather than just, oh, you're fat, so you can be funny. Funny that. And I'm quite brutal with it. I have no time for it anymore because I just think we are so gone from stereotypes. So why do we keep doing it? Why do we still keep doing it with certain shows? I don't understand. Don't get it.
I think one of the most exciting things about theatre is when we step away from those ideas of this is what this character looks like.
Yeah.
Exciting. And I find other things exciting too. I like games. And we're about to play a game with you.
We
Okay.
are!
So, Michael is going to sing a line that Grace Moat gave to us from a show. And you have to finish the line. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, she's asked me to try and do this high for you because she said you can do it.
Oh, she's a...
Ready?
Right, okay, yeah.
Hand me my dog, hand me my bag, and an American
Flag!
flag!
I knew you'd go straight into it. I knew it. I knew
I thought,
it.
don't start too high
So-
because I won't even get it out.
So now what we want from you is we want a line from your favourite musical theatre song to test the next person.
Okay. You ready? You say our love is draining and you can't go.
Yes, I love it.
Darling.
There you are.
Gorgeous. Joel, it's been an absolute joy having you with us. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks so much.
I'll have to bring a Sharpie next time I see you because I forgot. So couldn't get your autograph.
You've got my autograph too many times, to be honest.
Thank you so much for joining us at this stage, Joel. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
darling.
Bye.
Bye.